Andrew Michael Holness will be presenting the budget as Prime Minister of Jamaica. For a full decade, when he rises to his feet this afternoon, sometime after 2, it will mark 10 years, or it will be the 10th time he will be delivering the budget presentation. And every budget is important, but this one has particular significance because of that event, weeks, months away at most. Yeah? And having heard from the opposition leader on Tuesday, the opposition spokesman last Thursday, and the Tuesday before that, the finance minister, the Prime Minister's job now is to close the deal, to clinch it, because Mr. Robinson, Mr. Goulding have made their cases, and certainly from the presentation of the opposition leader, he is generating a lot of talking points, a lot of what he calls fresh ideas. However, the Prime Minister has a job on his hands today to demonstrate what will he bring to the table that we haven't heard from his finance minister. Yes? What will he offer the Jamaican people for them to feel that, yes, they should consider giving him a third term at the wicket? 10 years is a long time. And he will have to convince Jamaicans this afternoon that he's still up to the job, that he isn't tired and worn, right? That him not get tired and worn, whether he's still up to the job. I saw a video this morning, and I'm going to show it to you a little later, with a younger looking Andrew Holness on the campaign trail. And the video struck me because of the content, but how he looked. Because when you look at him today, you see the signs of the wear and tear, of the burdens he has had to bear as Prime Minister of Jamaica for going 10 years now. He's beginning to show the age. He's beginning to gray at the edges. Yeah? And he asked for the job. So he can't complain. He campaigned for the job. So this afternoon, he will have to demonstrate whether the people of Jamaica should continue to invest their hopes and confidence. Beg your pardon. Their hope and confidence in him. He should also, or it's expected, that he will also outline to the Jamaican people why should he get a record unprecedented third term, never before granted to any leader of the Jamaica Labour Party. No Jamaica Labour Party leader has won 3 consecutive elections. The only Jamaican political leader to have achieved that record is Percival James Patterson. Yes? So the stakes are high. High. The budget presentation this year, I think, has dominated public discourse for several reasons. The most recent being the presentation of the opposition leader. And the opposition leader came, saw, and attempted to conquer. And he sounded good. But we live in a different world. And the great weakness, great failure of Mr. Golding was to have taken the risk, the gamble of not spending time to say to the Jamaican people how he's going to finance his plans. And I've made a point. You don't participate as an alternative national leader without telling us how you're going to finance your plans. You just don't do it. Yeah? And he made a crucial mistake. What is also emerging is that what Mr. Golding came with, especially what we are calling his centerpiece policy, the housing initiatives, what is now emerging now that we have had time to really delve into it and to dig deep into it, is that a lot of it is not new, not novel. Been elements of it, several elements of it, have been proposed before, not necessarily done, but the ideas, the strategy, not new. And I suspect one of the things we're going to hear this afternoon from Prime Minister Holness is what he has been implementing, because in 2023 or 24, Holness had made it clear that a similar strategy of rent-to-own housing solutions is something that he would pursue. Yes, he would pursue. The question is, has he pursued it? And if he has, to what extent has he done so? Yeah? And it's going to be interesting, because I'm seeing now the two political parties are fully engaged in a battle for hearts and minds in this space, in new media, social media. And after the break, I'm going to share with you an example of the war that is taking place over winning your hearts and minds later this year. Time for the break. The debates is continuing, and the operatives of the Jamaica Labour Party and the People's National Party are busy online pressing their case to the Jamaican electorate. And you see them making videos and trying to drive home their points. I have 3 videos this morning to share with you and for you to listen to. Yes, you can go on our nationwide 90 FM YouTube live channel. The first one is one made by the Minister of Works and the MP for North Central Clarendon, Mr. Robert Nestor Morgan, touting the government's $45 billion road repair program. But Mr. Morgan did something that was not usually done. He went into the constituency, or he thought was the constituency of the opposition leader, South St. Andrew, and made the point that the road repair program was continuing, was accelerating in fact, and that it was only possible because of the good management of the Holness administration. Yes? And he made the case that, listen, the people of Jamaica should give the Holness administration credit for that. Listen to what he says.
I'm in the constituency of the leader of the opposition. This is St. Andrews Southern. And I'm actually on Torrington Road, which is one of the roads that we're going to be repairing under our Spark program. Now, this constituency has been controlled by the People's National Party since about 1970, and for over 2 decades was run by the former Minister of Finance, Omar Davis. What he also didn't tell you is that we're fixing Mulgrave Lane, which is a part of his constituency. I know that is in a very deplorable condition, but that's not the big thing. We're also fixing 2 other roads in St. Andrews Southern. One of the sad things about the conversation we're having now is the disingenuousness of the presentation. He doesn't mention to his constituents that by September, 4 roads will be fixed in his constituency, which is out of the 10 roads that will be fixed under the Spark program.
Well, we need to fix that, Kevin. We're not hearing the audio. Yes? And it makes no sense without the audio. So we're going to sort that out and get it to you again. The other one has to do with the Prime Minister speaking several years ago about his vision for Jamaica and what they need to concentrate on. Yes? And let us see, do we have the Prime Minister's one ready? Let's go to the Prime Minister's one.
There are 5 areas that Jamaica must focus on. I call it the 5 P's. For the next 50 years, we must focus on education. We must focus on our economy. We must focus on our energy problems. We must focus on our environment, an area which is often ignored, but will become increasingly important in the next 50 years as we continue to degrade our resources on which economic progress is built. We must also focus on efficiency.
Mark Golding, in their budget presentations, also spoke to the need to focus on the ease, education, economy, efficiency, etc. Yeah? And Holness did this at least 8-9 years ago. Right? And the labor rights are saying, see there, you accuse us of stealing our ideas, your ideas. Now, here you are, caught stealing our ideas from our Prime Minister 8-9 years ago. And this is a kind of rough and tumble taking place. Do we now have the Nesta Morgan one ready? Yes? So, this is the one with Nesta Morgan on the campaign trail, the Minister of Works, into Mark Golding's constituency. Yeah? Singing the praises of the government's management of the economy so that they are able to find the $45 billion to fix roads that the PNP could not find because of their poor management of the economy. Here is it.
I'm in the constituency of the leader of the opposition. This is St. Andrews Southern. And I'm actually on Torrington Road, which is one of the roads that we're going to be repairing under our Spark program. Now, this constituency has been controlled by the People's National Party since about 1970, and for over 2 decades was run by the former Minister of Finance, Omar Davis. What he also didn't tell you is that we're fixing Mulgrave Lane, which is a part of his constituency. A road that is in a very deplorable condition, but that's not the big thing. We're also fixing 2 other roads in St. John's Southern. One of the sad things about the conversation we're having now is the disingenuousness of the presentation. He doesn't mention to his constituents that by September, 4 roads will be fixed in his constituency, which is out of the 10 roads that will be fixed under the Spark program. Between, let's say, 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016, the People's National Party allocated an average of about $500 million for road maintenance to the National Works Agency. This is not surprising, as because of the mismanagement of the predecessor of the leader of the opposition, Omar Davis, the country was not able to fix the roads. Under this administration, based on our prudent fiscal management, we have been able to do much better in fixing roads.
Mark, or that is Robert Morgan making his case. And then the opposition leader hit back to say, listen, no, Nestor, you got it wrong. You weren't in my constituency of South St. Andrew. Listen to this.
I'm in the constituency of the leader of the opposition. This is St. John's Southern.
No, Nestor, that is not in my constituency. The area behind you in the photo is known as Board Villa, and it is in West Kingston. You couldn't even get that right with your little video gimmick. In fact, I reached out to the MP for West Kingston months ago for him to put in place dump site monitors for that space, like I have done in my constituency to keep areas like that clean and tidy, but he hasn't yet put it in place. And by the way, as far as my constituency is concerned, we have only been allocated 2 minor roads to begin with under Spark. The 2 roads that we chose to begin with under the project, including Collie Smith Drive, which badly needs attention, have been put on the back burner by you or those who report to you. So pull up your socks, man, and start behaving like a minister of government. They specialize in gimmicks. We specialize in real solutions.
That is how it is and will be for the foreseeable future until the Prime Minister fly the gate. Yes? And it is the Jamaican voter who is being wooed and encouraged. Yeah? We are here to give you slices and flavors of what's happening on the campaign trail. Well, we're going to leave that now. We're going to go to the break, and when we come back,